We are now live on HHTV.
Good morning and welcome to Fireside Chat. It's not yet spring, but we are going to take a little bit of time to stop and smell the roses, at least metaphorically speaking. And today we have a little bit less of detailed information and a little bit more opportunity to celebrate a lot of our reopenings around the campus and celebrate some of the design and the work that so many people have been involved in helping to create. So I hope you find that enjoyable, and a reminder that we're coming out of, and hopefully permanently coming out of, a closed environment and beginning to open up a little bit more so that we can return to normalcy and begin to enjoy both the space and our neighbors and our colleagues. So I want to kick it off by passing it to Susan Corning, who's going to talk a little bit about our Fireside Chat reopening. I'm sorry, our Fireside Lounge reopening.
Susan, before you begin, I want to let everyone know that's watching on HHTV. Zoom has an experimental live transcription service. We are testing it today during our Fireside Chat. And here's Susan.
Okay. Good morning. I've been asked to say a few things about how the Fireside Lounge design came to be, who was involved in it, what we hoped for, what we did. Here on your screen, you see the Fireside Lounge Advisory Group, known colloquially as the FLAG, which is 8 people asked by management to work with the architects, providing ideas and options and feedback. Now, these folks weren't chosen from any particular expertise, but rather they represented the variety and breadth of experiences and lifestyles and preferences of the residents. And that was our job, is really to speak for the residents. We were also assisted by Eli Lemansky, who served as our wonderful, patient, resourceful, and good-humored facilitator. Despite coming from a variety, let me just say that we began meeting, this was a challenge, we began meeting months before the COVID restrictions. And I think all of us are so glad that we did. We were able to do that because we were able to handle the fabrics and the materials like countertops and really get a hands-on feeling for what this might look like when it was done. Despite coming from a variety of backgrounds, we agreed very easily on what we hoped to achieve. And some of those things were that we wanted the result to be contemporary and up to date, but we really wanted to avoid the sterile kind of hotel lobby look that we thought a lot of senior residences in recent years have. We wanted something that was fresh and open and spacious and brought the outdoors in. We wanted it to be warm and inviting and comfortable. And we also wanted it to be lively and fun. Personally, I think we got what we worked for and what we hoped for. Some of my favorite things about the results are the way the windows you see here at the far end look bigger and the ceiling looks higher. I love the way it all flows together, and particularly the way the Fireside Lounge just flows right into the library. Love the colors. I love that teal blue, and I really love that bright, sunny, lively yellow. And I love the way the art committee selected pieces that just pull everything together. In addition, we got some practical improvements. For instance, 2 new recessed video screens. I don't know if anybody's noticed them, but they disappear into the ceiling. And when we can use the room again to gather and watch presentations and videos, they'll just magically appear. We also got this wonderful long coffee bar with an extra coffee pot to avoid traffic jams at the end of exercise classes. And we got the rug, I don't know if anyone noticed, is got tiles that can easily be replaced if they get irreparably stained. So we're now in the opening phase of this, and we're still working out the bugs, and we are getting feedback on things and really appreciate the feedback. For example, a couple of people have made note of the yellow chairs, which we didn't really see as a group. They came during the COVID lockdown, and we kind of missed the fact that they're potential tripping hazards. So they're in the process of being replaced, and I just personally hope we can keep the yellow. But we'll be working on that and asking you all for feedback and suggestions as usual. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Pam, who will talk about the B1 level.
I know I'm muted. There we go. Am I still muted? Am I still muted, or can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Susan. That was wonderful. I'm here just to speak a little bit about the B1 activity spaces, which I am so happy that they are opened again. I'm a huge puzzler, and I spend quite a bit of time down there puzzling. I don't play pool or ping pong, but I have to say it's a pleasure to sit there working on the puzzles and hearing the pool balls being racked and broken. And so far I've only seen ping pong being played once while I was down there, but I'm sure it will be more and more as people are aware that things are opening up. And it's just wonderful to feel the sense of community again after having been more or less restricted for almost a whole year now. And it's just, I hope people will join me down there and join each other. And yesterday I was working on a puzzle, and somebody said that for them it was almost like meditating. And I thought that was a wonderful way of putting it, because it is, you're down there working on the puzzles by yourself or with other people if they happen to be there. But it's just a great place to be and to relax, to get out of your apartment. And certainly on a rainy day or a cloudy day and you don't want to go out for a walk, it's a great place to be anytime, morning, noon, or even night. Okay, I'm going to pass this over to Jeff Townley, our dining room manager.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Townley. I'm a dining manager here. I've been here about a year now. I started last February, but with COVID, I probably haven't gotten a chance to meet a lot of you. I was also missed a little bit of time throughout the year, but it's definitely a pleasure to be here. And I worked with Barry for a long time with the Space Needle, so me and him have a long history together, and so it was an easy move for me to come over here to be part of this. If we could get those first slides up. I just want to talk about, as we're opening things up, that we got the dining room open. Wanted to share a couple pictures here, just kind of what that's looking like. We got a nice picture of the table there. We had an anniversary, and we have a nice picture of a nice steak there, and yam and spinach, and us all working hard in the kitchen there. And then on the next slide, we're going to talk about safety, and that's obviously going to be a big issue that we're focusing on. The first thing we do is we have the Oxyver wipes, and we're using those on every table and every chair once they are used in the dining room. Those are really highly effective, and they dry very quickly, so we can turn those tables over if we need to. We also are asking every resident to use the hand sanitizer that's in the entrance there before entering the area. And then we also have the tablecloths, and the original intention on that was to kind of provide a little up in just the way the dining room looked and everything, but it also had kind of a secondary thing for us where it's just another barrier that is replaced after each seating, and so that just adds another barrier of safety between us and the residents. Gloves are in use. Every server uses gloves when they come out to the tables bringing food, and then once they go back in the kitchen, they're replacing those gloves. And then we also are doing just single-use menus that are on the table when you seat, and then we toss those away after your meal, so we aren't reusing those. Hopefully we'll be back to the normal menus down the road, but for the time being, that's kind of where we're at. The next slide, just gonna show a couple of the pictures showing how we can celebrate again. We had a birthday party the other night and had a really awesome 6-foot birthday cake there that's blown up that you can see. They really had a lot of fun with that, and we thank Norma Wills for donating that cake to us, and now we have that available for future celebrations. And we also had a 65th wedding anniversary as well. So it's just really nice being able to celebrate those things and have the residents have a place to do that. We also, on the next slide, we're gonna be featuring a special that's only available in the dining room. You know, at this point, with still having a large amount of deliveries on a daily basis, we're pretty much maintaining the same menu in both areas, dining room and delivery, but we are going to be having a special feature, you know, every week or every other week that we have dining room only. The first couple weeks here, we've had these nice clams with linguine and a white wine sauce with a garlic herb toasted bread as well. So that's been pretty popular so far, and it really looks nice going out to the kitchen. And then finally, just wanted to talk about delivery times. We've touched on this topic a couple times in our communications that we send out with the menus, but we do get a lot of requests for specific times, and especially at dinner, we really strive to hit those times as best we can, but it's not always feasible. And so, you know, if you're requesting a specific time for your meal to be delivered, we're going to try really hard, but it might not happen at that exact time. We do ask if you need your meal at a specific time to have it ordered for pickup, and you can come down, grab it right outside the host stand. We can pretty much guarantee we'll be within 5 minutes or 10 minutes on those pickup times, whereas specific delivery times, it could be 45 minutes or an hour off your time. So just ask you understand that, and we're trying really hard, working hard back there to get this food out to you in a timely fashion. So with all that being said, it's a pleasure to have you back in the dining room. I'm going to pass it over to Brian Carr about wellness classes, the gym, and the pool. Thank you.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. So, Wellness is excited to be offering classes again. And so what we're doing is we're starting a phase 1 for the group classes. We're starting with what we call Safe Circuit, and that will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 7:30 a.m. And that will be up to 8 people allowed in the gym, and the classes will be 25 minutes. And then we are also offering a safe stretch and strength class, which will be every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. and 9:30. And that will be in the group exercise room, and we will allow up to 5 people for that class. And that class will also be 25 minutes. Now, to sign up for those classes, we will have sign-up sheets outside of the gym on a long table. And so you can just sign up for those. And what we ask, in the interest of fairness, is that residents please limit signing up to no more than 2 classes each week. So you can do 1 circuit class and or 1 stretch class. We want to be able to allow everybody to be able to participate again in those classes. We love teaching them. We love having you there, and we want to reach out to as many people as we can. So again, this is phase one. We'll be opening up more later as soon as we can. And we also are able to expand the gym and pool schedule, which is great. So the pool will begin allowing 2 people in the pool and up to 8 people in the gym and group exercise room. So that's 5 people in the gym and 3 in the group exercise room. And please still call us or email, whatever you like, to make those appointments in the gym and the pool. We're still going to continue doing that. Just give us a call and we'll find a place for you. Also, we are teaching in supported living as well. So we're going to be doing that on Wednesday and Friday. Oh, so you see some excited residents there, eager to start the class. That was really fun. We started that last week. So again, we're going to be teaching also in supported living, and that will be on Wednesday and Friday at 1:15, and we allow up to 9 people in that. It's very safe, social distance. We have help up there. And so again, that'll be twice a week. And then I'll also be doing art talks up there on Tuesdays. So I'm excited about that. I love working up there, and I'm excited to start doing that again. And quite a few of you have been asking about the videos. We are going to continue those videos. I love doing those videos. I love getting those out to you. And so those will continue. I know it's been a while. Some of you have been asking, when are we going to get new videos? I apologize. Once again, I will be getting more material out on those videos, and I'll get Matt and Margaret in that as well, so we can get all kinds of good material for you to use. And again, if you have any questions, you can call us at extension 3779. And I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. And again, I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Erica Gilbert to talk about the salon. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, welcome. I'm Erica Gilbert. I am the salon manager and front desk reception manager. I get to welcome you back into the space of the salon, and we're so excited to be back in there. We, really did a lot of work last year to get resident feedback, work with the designers, work with the renovations team, and just so excited about how it turned out. And thank you for all of you who attended the open house and opening day. It was just fun to have you guys back in this space and to be excited about the pretty chandeliers and the brick wall and all of the beautiful elements of this new salon space. We had resident feedback coming in that said that they felt like they were going back to New York or back to Italy or back to Paris, and they felt like they were not in Horizon House, but had the experience of going somewhere really special. And that was what we got a lot of feedback, was that they felt special in the space. And that's exactly how we want you to feel. So thank you for the feedback. As we are in this, phase of coming back into the space, we have lots of new features. And so I'm just going to highlight some of those. The tilting sinks are easier access for specifically residents and who are in wheelchairs. And for the salon ladies themselves, it's a lot easier to maneuver and help residents to be comfortable. During the open house, I had a couple of different residents as couples, and they would sit in the pedicure chairs together and hold hands. And that was just a real bright spot for me to see the opportunity for residents to get pedicures together or manicures together. One of the things in the design space of this is that the hair stations are actually closer to the wall, providing about an extra 6 to 8 inches of walkway space. And that really does make a huge difference for wheelchairs and walkers coming through the salon. I know it's a narrow space, but it really has created a much more big open feel, which is great. The salon ladies have a little break room in the back, and so that they have a little kitchenette and storage space for their supplies. So they're able to take a break and eat their lunch back there while they're still giving services to you residents. And then at some point, we'll be able to offer tea and water and coffee. We're excited to just up the level of service and really make you feel comfy and at home. And then relaxation space as well. We are creating a treatment room in the back area. And at some point during this process of COVID, we'll be able to have massages, an esthetician back there to do facials. That was one of the things that we got from resident feedback, was that they missed the Virginia Mason Medi Spa across the street, and they would love the opportunity to have a facial again. So we're working on all those things. As any, renovation or process, we're working out the kinks. We're looking at what works, what doesn't work. There's some modifications that we're making. The one thing that has not arrived yet due to pushed back dates of delivery is the reception desk in the salon. So I'm crossing my fingers that arrives next week. But we have comfy furniture, the beautiful sconces, that big back mirror on the back wall really opens up the space and makes it feel light and bright and big. So we love that. Let's see here. We do have some new products that we're offering, and we're testing the waters on this. I love good smelling soaps and just having a welcoming entrance. At some point down the road, hopefully sooner than later, we'll be able to offer a service to your family members and to your friends who want to come visit Horizon House again. And so it'll be a great opportunity to invite, the outside community to come into our salon and be pampered and taken care of as well. So we're excited about that down the road. But try some of the new things. They smell good. They're great products, and we're excited to offer them to you. And as I said, massage, facials, waxing, that back treatment room. We're still working with the wellness team of the possibility of the massage therapist coming back in the near future, and want to be able to offer that space so that you guys are comfy and being taken care of. And so we hope that you will enjoy that. With the space and the accommodations during COVID, we're just requesting that you wait outside for your appointment. We're still respecting the 6 feet distance and trying to limit the number of people that are in the salon. And we hope that you'll come in and schedule an appointment today. Try a service that you haven't had before. Get a pedicure. That's what I love the most, and I would suggest that to you. And we hope that you'll just feel really welcome in this space. Thank you. And I'm going to pass it over to Risa.
Thank you, Erica. I am here to talk about events and programs. Yay, they're starting to come back. We opened the rooms as of February 22nd. The rooms are at an hour with limited seating. You could reserve all 3 rooms, or 2 rooms, or 1 room, or the Sky Lounge. Please see Hunter, the concierge, to make a reservation for the room and request your room setups. There's a picture of a group that was meeting this week. So it's just really nice to see people back getting together, being able to socialize safely. But I look forward to coming back to doing some programs. And with that, I will pass it on to Charles.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Charles. I'm the Director of Supported Living. You might also know me as that mask guy whose photo is everywhere throughout Horizon House. So in case you didn't know, there is a celebrity amongst us. Anyway, I'm here to talk with you about a couple of exciting updates that we have with Supported Living, a relaunch of some activities. We are following the guidance from the Department of Social and Health Services and the Department of Health. They have released the phase Safe Start plan for licensed and certified long-term care facilities, which Supporting Living does fall under. I want to point out a couple of things. This is independent of the governor's Healthy Washington Roadmap. And currently, the guidance does not take into consideration any vaccinations. I do imagine that will change in the near future. as more individuals in our county and our state and our country get vaccinated, but currently it does not take into consideration for that. First thing I'd like to talk about is the relaunch of communal dining. We're excited to have our residents enjoying their meals outside of their apartment. We spaced out our dining areas to comply with the social distancing and the infection control protocols. Our tables are spaced 6 feet apart. We are encouraging our residents to be masked while they're not eating or drinking, and we're performing good hand hygiene. And of course, we are disinfecting the areas appropriately between meal services. So again, very excited to see our residents being able to come back out of their rooms and enjoy a meal. That's been really, really nice and exciting to see. The next thing I'd like to talk about is activities. We are happy to resume some group activities. Of course, we are having those with social distancing, infection control protocols in place. A shout out to Brian and the wellness team for assisting us with those group activities. Got to see some of those this week, and very exciting to see our residents out engaging in some physical activity and the socialization. So very excited about that. And of course, Rianne and her life enrichment team are so crucial to carry these things out. We are ensuring that our activities are based on the pod approach. And what that means is that we will have memory support activities in memory support. Supported living, the second floor will have group activities with individuals who reside on the second floor, and then the same for the third floor. So we're trying to not intermingle floors based upon the guidance from the Safe Start program. Very excited to have all of this relaunched and looking forward as we get more opportunities as we move through the phases of reopening to bring more some activities and life back into supported living. So thank you for your time. On that note, I'd like to turn it over to Ruth Ann Ford with the philanthropy updates.
Thank you, Charles. I just want to introduce myself and share that I work alongside Charlene. I work alongside Charlene in the philanthropy department, and we're lucky to work with Doris, Ray, and Herb Reinelt, who are our resident co-chairs for this year's annual campaign. We're so happy to work with them this year. And I just want to remind everyone what Partners in Caring is. Partners in Caring, we can go to the next slide. Partners in Caring is the philanthropic effort at Horizon House that pays for in-house programs that support programs for residents and staff. There are 3 funds: the Area of Greatest Need, which funds the GEM Grant program, Residents Assistance, and Staff Scholarship. And next slide. We are kicking off our Partners in Caring campaign next month, and we want to invite all of you to join us for a toast, a celebratory toast, Wednesday, March 10th at 2 p.m. on HHTV. Charlene and I will be there, and our co-chairs and some other staff to just share a little bit more about Partners in Caring and the important programs. I just wanted to also share that the GEM Grant deadline is coming up. GEM grants are grants that are paid for by the Area of Greatest Need, and they can pay for program or items such as potting shelving, chair cushions, new exercise equipment. So really just anything that you think that would be an added benefit for the residents or staff at Horizon House. Residents and staff can write GEM grants, and they could be as much as $10,000, as little as $100. So really think creatively. The deadline is March 19th. The applications are outside of my office, or you can email me and I can send you a copy. And we just want to also thank our resident GEM grant committee who reviews all of the applications, and that is Les Cox, Margaret King, Carol Ottenberg, Margie Perdue, and Joan Sigler. Thank you so much. Hope to see you on March 10th for our campaign kickoff. Thank you. And I'll pass it to Peter Shapiro now. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Happy to be with you virtually. Maybe we'll be together at some point in front of the fireplace or at some other opportunity that will be really much more like being together. But we do what we can. And I have some announcements about activities that are going on right now. There's a deadline today. And I put that deadline in air quotes a little bit because I'll explain why. But today is the last day for committee sign up. If you haven't already done so, you can do it through the end of the day. There's a box in the mail room where you can deposit your sheet that indicates what your interests are in terms of programs and activities. If the last time I looked, there were blank sheets there right by the box where you deposit your responses. But if not there, you can check with the front desk. Why do we do this? Please, if you're in a committee now, you have been for this year that we're in right now. And when I say year, we run on a fiscal year basis, April through March. So we're just ending up the current period of time where the committee signups are applicable. So if you're in a committee, please sign up again, just so that the chairperson, the leader, knows that you're doing that. And can I have the slide back, please? Thanks, Beth. So that lets the chairperson know. You can sign up for new committees. You can sign up for activities. You don't have to sign up, but if you want to let the folks who are already involved or will be involved coming up in those activities, like playing bridge or mahjong and things of that sort, it's good to sign up so you let these folks who you'll be working with, playing with, know that you're interested. So today, February 26th, for those who are seeing this live, is a deadline. Why did I say there might be kind of quotes around that last day or deadline? We like to get as many responses as possible by the end of the day. What we then do is we compile all those hundreds, usually about 230 residents who sign up, and we compile all that information, and it becomes available for the leaders, the coordinators, and so on. It's very, very helpful to have that. But you don't have to say, I'll wait till next year if I don't do it by today. You can sign up anytime by contacting the leader of that particular activity or that particular program, committee, and so on. You don't have to wait until next year. Yeah, we have 70 committees and activities altogether. Lots to choose from, and I'm sure most of you have already done what you want to do for next year. I've indicated that. Myself, I'm going to actually go down to the mailroom right after this and deposit my sign up. I might see you down there. Okay, next slide, Beth. I want to talk about upcoming meetings. There's going to be a special meeting of the Residents' Council on March 9th at 3:30. That's Tuesday, March 9th at 3:30. It has a special purpose or single purpose, and that is to allow the leaders of Wakra and Leading Age to present to the community an agreement that they have reached about what they consider to be good practices for operation and communication in a continuing care community. Wakra stands for Washington Continuing Care Residents Association. Leading Age is a group that coordinates with the managers of various community care retirement areas such as Horizon House. There are 21 of these in the state of Washington. If you were at the last meeting, the last monthly meeting, about 10 days ago of the Residents Council, there was a preliminary presentation by Carolyn Carruthers and Mike Ostrom about this agreement. And if you want to see the agreement, you can do that by going to HH Connect, right-hand column, scroll down to the leadership corner. And in the leadership corner toward the bottom, I think we're at the very bottom, is a area called reference documents. Click on that and it can take you right to the agreement if you want to read it and study it beforehand. Otherwise, it'll be explained more fully at the special meeting on March 9th at 3:30. We will still have the regular monthly meeting. We'll not be conducting any regular resident council business or announcements at the special meeting. So we're still going to have the regular third Tuesday at 2 o'clock meeting of the Residents Council, and look forward to having you attend that as well. I will pass this over now to Valerie, who will introduce some of our new neighbors.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome some of your newest neighbors. First, Bob and Diane Foreman. Bob was born in Stamford, Connecticut, and lived in Walla Walla, where he attended Whitman College and earned his BA in English. He also earned his MA in Communications from the University of Washington and worked in Labor Relations Administration. Bob enjoys walking, hiking, boating, reading, and films, and is a member of the American Newspaper Guild and the Center for Wooden Boats. His wife, Diane, was born in Atascadero, California. She earned her BA from Whitman College and MA in Library Science from the University of Washington, and worked as a middle school English teacher and director, middle school admissions, and financial aid at the Lakeside School. She is interested in gardening, travel, and the American Southwest, its art, people, and history. Bob and Diane moved to Horizon House from a houseboat on Lake Union, where Diane chaired the committee that rebuilt the houseboat dock about 5 years ago. Welcome to Horizon House, Bob and Diane. And Lydia Nunke. Lydia was born in Maryland and has lived in Silver Springs and Baltimore, Chicago, New Haven, and Nashville. She earned her AV from the University of Chicago. Lydia enjoys reading, puzzles, and theater, and is a member of the UW Faculty Auxiliary, UW Retirement Association, Seattle Art Museum, and the Burke Museum. Lydia is most excited about having so much room to roam within the community so that she can start walking again. Welcome to Horizon House, Lydia. And many of you may have met other neighbors who have asked to not be introduced yet. They want to wait until they're a little bit better settled, so we'll continue to introduce new residents. And I just wanted to share that while we continue to move new residents in, we have not yet resumed in-person tours and instead are offering a virtual tour. We will have our videographer on site to film an updated tour that will better reflect the new spaces that Susan and Pam and Erica spoke about, as long as some of the reopened amenities next Thursday, March 4th. So if you want to be on TV, be out and about on the 4th. And next up, Brenda to introduce new staff.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Valerie, for those updates and for introducing the new residents. After that, I'd like to now introduce to you the new hires that we've had for the month of February. So we've had 2 new members join our team. Kanti Makta has joined our HR department as our new HR specialist. And we've also had Tal Nguyen join us as a diet aide. And that wraps up February's new hires. I'll go ahead and turn it over now to Mike Ostrom for CEO updates.
Thank you, Brenda. I wanted to make a mention a little bit on what Peter commented about on the meeting coming up with Wakra on March 9th. That's an important meeting for residents to get an understanding of what our arrangement is with Leading Age and Wakra. And I also want to mention that the Wakra and its parent organization, NACRA, which is the National Association, was started many years ago with the idea of helping communities that were not very friendly with their residents to begin to create standards of behavior and performance and transparency. And I'm pleased to say that Horizon House has been a leader in terms of transparency, communication of information, involving residents in decision-making, involving residents on our board. So for Horizon House in particular, we are well above the bar that is being set by Wakra and NACRA around the state and the country. So it's very easy for us to be able to sign agreements with Leading Age and Wakra because these are things that we already do. For other communities who have been less interested in being involved with their residents, it's maybe a tougher bar for them. But I'm happy to say that that for Horizon House, it's easy and it's who we are, and it doesn't take an agreement for us to behave the way we ought to. But it's certainly helpful to a lot of other communities that may not be able to do this on their own. Okay, I have a couple other updates here. The vaccine update, we've made great progress, both with our residents and certainly now with our staff. Our staff are up to now 79%, nearly 80%. And I know this has been a concern of a lot of residents that here we are at 98% through the second vaccine. And of course, our staff population goes in and out of the community every day. And so that potentially creates some risk. Well, we are definitely making good progress there, and we will keep making progress so that eventually we have the highest possible vaccination rate among everybody at Horizon House, and that we can ensure everybody's safety. We'll keep you posted on that. Now, we still want to make sure that people are practicing the safe behaviors. So there's a little double-edged sword here. We are all getting vaccinated, and we feel that there is a protection associated with that, which is true. But for the most part, that protection isn't what is causing the decline in our transmission rates around the state and city and the country. It's still coming down to our behaviors. Wearing a mask, keeping distance, staying out of large groups, whether that's in Horizon House or outside of Horizon House, is the real key to keeping this transmission rate down. We also don't know exactly what the other variants will do, so we want to make sure that we don't get too positive about vaccines without knowing how these are going to unfold with the different variants that are cropping up around the country. So the safe way to approach it is wear the mask, keep the distance, and stay out of the large crowds. All right, let's see. And the next announcement I want to mention is that we will be having a governance webinar on Friday, March 12th at 10:30 a.m. And you can see it there on your screen that's on Zoom or YouTube and HTV. The alert will give you some more details. This kind of falls within that conversation of Wakra. Here we are wanting our residents to understand our governance process so that people understand how we make decisions at Horizon House and how we involve people in those decisions. So be sure to take some time out to watch that webinar, and you'll learn a lot about what we do and how we do it. And hopefully you'll find that consistent with how you believe we ought to be doing things. Now I kind of want to shift a little bit to some of the celebrations that we have had over the last month or so. Certainly Valentine's Day, the staff were showing the love. And if you haven't met Jill Hudson, come around to the reception just off to the right as you face the reception desk and meet Jill. Jill has gone above and beyond in creating the Valentines for all of our residents, Horizon House. And also, if you remember, did a great job with creating masks and hanging them from the mailroom. So she's a creative person, she's a delightful person, and someone who can help you with a lot of your needs. So the dining room celebrations, we had many of those memorable events. It was fun as Jeff Townley mentioned, it was great to have people in the dining room, having some celebrations, enjoying being together a little bit, and we're looking forward to more of that. Safeway did a little sharing of their extra flowers and brightened our day a little bit. And we had the benefit of having those around our house. And we're glad that we have that kind of arrangement where we can benefit from some of our providers in the neighborhood and make our place look a little brighter. We had some specific celebrations for Valentine's Day, and a lot of our residents plugged in, whether it was in the dining room or just in other gatherings. It was a way in which we were expressing, and individuals were expressing, the value of getting back together again. And I think that is really what this whole Fireside Chat has been about. It is, we are evolving to having more of the community that we all know and love. It's a big deal for our staff too. You know, we, as the people who serve our residents here at Horizon House, we want that interaction with each of you, and we want those relationships to be reignited, and to get back to the fun and the laughing and the joking and taking care of needs. And those are the things that, you know, it's easier to do when it's not just on Zoom. And we look forward to more and more of that as the standards are more relaxed, because we have greater confidence in how this whole pandemic is being addressed. So we are cautious, you know, we're on a slippery slope, right? We want to make some improvements in terms of what we open up. At the same time, we got to be cautious that we don't go too fast. We really appreciate your patience. And I hope you know that we do this in your interest and our own interest, so that we don't have to do any big reversal of anything that has been opened up. So the next Fireside Chat is March 26th at 10 a.m. and we look forward to you joining us then too. As always, we have lots of things to share. It's funny how a month goes by and there's an awful lot of things that we want to bring out and share with you. So I'm sure that by the time we get to the end of March, we'll have lots more things to talk about. And now I want to make sure we leave a little time for questions and answers. You can type in your question and I'll see it on the chat and hopefully be able to answer it here. And of course, if there aren't questions now, you know that as a part of how we do things here, you can ask any of us. We'll take the time to answer the question. And if we don't have the answer, we'll find someone who does. All right, Risa, do we have any questions that are being presented?
I am not seeing any raised hands or questions in our chat, Mike.
Okay. We'll wait a second here in case people are trying to figure out which button to push or which part of the keyboard to type on to get us a question.
Mike, I did receive an email from a resident that said, good info, good laughs, said mistakes about as accurate as Siri. He's talking about our live captioning.
Great. You know, this we're trying this out. Thank you, Brian Levitt, for investigating how we would do this. We're going to try to bring closed caption to more things that we do. There are some technical limitations on when we can do it and when we can't do it. So it's not that we don't want to, it's just that we may not be able to influence certain content, but we're going to try to find as many ways possible, because we know this is very important to those of you who are hearing impaired and you need to be able to see the visual. We also want to make sure that we're addressing folks who are visually impaired. We want to make sure that we are able to meet your needs too, and we'll be working on different ways in which we can meet those needs. So with that, if there are no more questions, we'll bring this Friday Fireside Chat to a close, and I'm hoping everyone's going to go out and enjoy a little sunshine before the next bout of rain. All right, thank you all, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.